This is going to be a simple video on how to set up your cylinder head as far as spring height and spring height gauges. So this is an eagle head, 5.7 eagle head. It's been done by Frankenstein. It's been all ported and everything. These guys here, Frankenstein, you can get your heads ported from any other place. You can get them done. They're all going to be, fudge a little bit about the numbers or whatever. They're all going to be about the same. What makes a difference is this. They want to make sure that's right. They give you a little envelope, obviously a little t-shirt, you get the hat, and then they, handwrite this, talking about the heads. And I think it's cool. Talk to this guy right here. He's really just awesome. Just great to deal with. And, I work for a company to where I can check these things so that the flow numbers that they gave me, I actually checked on our flow bench. Now, our flow bench is super stingy. It's like extra stingy. So when I checked these, they came out actually, they actually flow better on our bench than they actually gave me the numbers. So when they tell you that they flow an X number, they flow the X number. So I'm just going to give it up. Frankenstein, they got great products. It's great turnaround. People are solid, and it's a great product, and they stand behind their product. So anyways, there's my little 1 minute and 30 seconds of commercial. So hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to show you the proper way on how to set this up. Now, when you get a kit, this is the kit that I'm running, is 7230-16. So at 1/900, we should have 145 pounds of seat pressure. This thing's going to have right around 630 lift. So this thing is set up for right at, about 500 over the nose. I'm going to basically figure out where we're at, and it should be a big deal. So this thing was set up so that way, 5.7 Eagle, this is the kit that you're running. Technically, they're telling you that you should be able to just run the spring locators and no shims. So now, this is not a stock cylinder head. This has actually had some work done to it. When this thing's ported, they cut the seats on these and they do a valve job. So here is a locator. Then you take roll it all the way back, take it down. It's actual retainer. Sorry, that's not the retainer. The other one was the spring locator, and then that. So then what I do is I just take a little bit of grease, put it on there, and then take this down, set it down, then take two of these, yada boom, yada bang, put it up, hold it up, spin it down. Where's my little numbers at? And then obviously you want to get that seat so that way when it gets onto the spring locator, it sits down. So now, you don't want to go too tight. You want to get it centered up so that way it's nice and centered. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, but that is 1 inch 9/15. So this is why you got to check, because it would, if I were to put these in without putting any shims underneath them right now, I would be 15 thousandths over the install height. So I would have less seat pressure than what is recommended. So what I'm going to do is spin this back down, take these off, get a 15,000 shim. So put your shim down first. Spring locator. Put this back down. And key here is that when you do this, you do this to every single one, not just a few, but you do them to every single one. And you'll see what I do as I go along. This way, this is the difference between engine builders and engine assemblers. So there we go. So that's going to be right at about 1892 is what it's saying here. So that thing's just a little thicker than 15 thousandths. Yeah, 1895. So those things are about 20 thousandths. So what I normally do is I will write that right here. 1.895. Okay, so now that we got that, I just took the spring height checker off, got my spring, put spring in, get Mr. Retainer, and then this is a really cool tool from Powerhouse. Now I have other tools, but I bought this one just because I wanted to see how well it works, and this thing's awesome. It bolts on to the head. And then I just got a simple little spin up just until it's there. This thing here has got a little pin in it, and this has got a little Delrin ball on the top of it. Set it there, spin it down. You can see that I put a whole ton of grease on there. And then I set it up so that way these two are on either side like that. Then instead of using an impact gun, I'm using a drill. And then just spin it down. Spin it down so that way it's right there. We've already got some yucky pucky still on there. Yeah. Yep. See if I can get this thing on there. Let's just rotate it around. Being a little difficult. This is what happens when you have one bad hand. I've had this problem with my wrist for a little while. So there it is. The grease stuck on it. Pull it back out. Put it on here. Spin it back up. There you go. See how simple that thing is? And what I do, to keep the valves in order on each one of these is I wad up some of this, and I just wad up so there's two of them. So there's two pieces here, and it holds the valves up. So it's pretty cool. So basically I'm going to go right on down the line and do that. You don't need to see that. And then I'll check with you back in just a few. Righty. So there it is. Completed head. Anybody can do it. It just takes a little extra time. Check your numbers, write them down, make sure it's right, double check yourself, and like I said, write it down, not only on the head, but get yourself a little piece of paper, a little tablet, so that way you know everything about the engine, so then as you progress and when you tear it back down for like a freshen up, you can recheck things again and just know what's wearing, how it's wearing, so on and so forth. Anyways, this is what I got, and a little tech tip for the day, a little shorty. Alrighty, bye.